this little planter. I already had it. I made this with just some paint sticks. And then, let's see. I'm trying to think. I think it may have come. Oh, let's see. Did I make the whole thing? Yes, I did make the whole thing. I'm trying to remember. I think I bought these sticks that were already like this, if I remember correctly. It's been a little while. I found it in my stash, and y'all, I'm destashing. So I went ahead and put some multicolored paints on it. These are all Pixie paints. You're going to see the Aperol Spritz. One of the yellows is honeycomb. And y'all, this is great for making your bees and things. Honeycomb. Here's the lemon crinkle, which is a lighter lemon. Then I've got some of the metallics. Got the pink. I've got this metallic on there, which is blue diamond. That was just a little sample I have. I do have a bigger one. And then these are some of the blues that you've seen as well. Let's see. What did I do with those blues? Here they are. Here's one. This is the mojito. And the French macaroon, which this is a very popular color right now. Y'all grab this color. Grab this up. You know all the blue things we've been doing? This is big time color right now. This color right here, it's almost a grayish blue to me, but it's a country blue. This coconut French macaroon is the color right now. Everything's done in this blue, so definitely get this color. This will be something that you'll use a lot of. And if you don't have any blue in your home, add you a little bit of blue. I've never had, since I lived in a home that had all blue carpet and the walls were blue, everything was blue in this house we moved into. I got tired of blue for a while, and now I've embraced it and brought it back. So I just painted those. We're going to paint over it. I'm going to show you what we're going to do today. All right. So we're going to take a little bit of the bee's knees, and you can still get wax. Now, Josie is liquidating on some things. The brushes. Grab the brushes up, y'all. She still has plenty of brushes. I even ordered more last night, and I got tons of brushes. But I want to have them because when they run out, I also can use them for toll painting. A lot of her brushes are artist brushes, so you can use them for your toll painting. So I said, I got to get some toll painting brushes. So the best place to get them is Paint Pixie. So get those quickly before they get gone. Your Pixie Doh palette knives. Grab you some palette knives, y'all. This is what you can use to do all kinds of things. You can use it for your dough. You can scrape your dough on the back and straighten that out a little bit and make it thinner. You can use it for your country decor. These are great. Order you some of those. So those are just some things that she is going to, now she will keep the wax. She's keeping the paint, okay? With all the things going on in the world, y'all know that they just can't get things in like you could with all the tariffs and everything. It's ridiculous. So y'all please go give her an order and support Josie. She's the sweetest. Just love her as a friend as well. And just give her some support. I appreciate that. She appreciates that. Okay, y'all, I got me an old brush somewhere I'm going to use for this wax. I just like to grab some of the old ones that I have. I don't want to use my good ones. I just grab some little cheap, here's one I can use. Just inexpensive brushes you can pick up at the Dollar Tree, stuff like that, for things like this, okay? So I am using the bee's knees, and this one is the white. Now you see how it's kind of crumbling? That means some of it's getting dry on the top. But we're going to push it. We're going to use it. Now this is what we're using on top. We're just going to put a little bit on here because we are going to be doing a different chippy method. Y'all have seen me do it with the paints, and you can do it with glue. You can also do it with wax. Now, another great thing about this wax that I didn't even realize till I was watching somebody, you know, you learn from other people, is, hey, Caroline, hey, what was your first name, the Crafty Yankee Owl? Hey, Shannon from Rosebrook Cottage. Hey, Lisa from Cove Creations by Lisa. How are you today, sweet friend? Good to see you. So, what you can do with your wax, if you have decoupaged something, instead of you putting that wet, you can, I'm going to tell you, don't use Mod Podge on top, y'all. Mod Podge is a shiny, and it just sometimes it doesn't look right, and sometimes it's too wet. Now, Josie has a product that's also wet, this force field, but you can put it on very light, and you can seal with a force field. Now, this has a non-yellowing, so if you have something that you don't want to yellow, that maybe gets a little bit more of some sunlight, or you've got it out on your covered porch or something like that, use the force field, okay? That's the best, and force field's good for undercoat. And then she also has Meltdown, which is another great product. Meltdown to me is just a little bit thicker, and they're both water-based, but you can use those on top or on bottom for your decoupage, okay? I forgot that I could use it. I hadn't been using it, and I forgot. Yes, you can. Now, the wax. When you get through decoupaging a product, let it dry really well, and then take your wax, do just like I'm doing here, put your wax on there. Use a good wax brush. Now, Josie does have a wax brush. I thought I ordered one, but I got another one just in case. I may have two, but that's okay. Take that wax brush, just swirl it. It's kind of made a little bit like this brush. And you can just swirl it around on your print and seal it with your wax. You do not have to use another product. So especially if you've got something that maybe is an old fabric or something like that, you want to still give it a seal, but you don't really want to use the real wet things, just put your little wax on there. This white wax will blend right in. You won't even see it. There's also a black wax and a brown wax and an icicle, which is more of a cream. Josie's still going to be carrying the waxes, so you can get those. And you can also get those with your discount with my 15% off at the end of your order. Now, you're not going to get it on the sale items. That'll just be on the regular priced items, okay? Just so you're clear on that. Can't double dip. And it is already priced for you. So, okay, I just delete the comment and go on, y'all. Listen, we got too many people that love us, right? That's right. Thank you for those hearts. Hey, Brenda, how are you today? Good morning. So I've got all that wax on there, y'all. Okay? Just like you would do glue or anything else. This is a different technique. This is with the wax. You can use a candle. I tell you, I got that back wax softened back up. See, it was kind of hard on the top. Look at it now. I just kept moving it around and got it softer. It's not ruined. Nothing wrong with it. You just gotta get it. It just wants to be used. That's all. So we got our wax on there. Now we're going to take our marshmallow and white, and we're going to paint all the way back over this. I need to make another one of these, y'all. I took a little, I just took paint sticks and things and made it. All right, let's get a good brush. Let's get a bigger brush because I want to get this good. And you know what? I might take that, let's see, what did I do with that? Let's try this brush. If you haven't tried these are wonderful too. This is I want to say it's the little, these are made in Italy. That's one reason that Josie, it's hard for her to get those now. They're made with hair from Italy. Now, also, let me tell you, if you do buy brushes, some people get upset because it's got natural things in it. Hey, hippie chick, Crafts by Lou, how are ya, friend? Good to see you today. Yeah, I loved one of your posts. I just saw that. They are made from real hair. Do know that animals shed and have to be trimmed, and they have to be, not like the sheep. They have to shear all that, y'all. They can't live with all of it. Horses, you have to brush horses all the time. They use that horsehair. They used to make furniture and put the horsehair in it. I had an old couch that had horsehair in it. I love going to see my friends live. I love going and talking to everybody. It is my joy in life just to, you know, my friends go, how can you just talk to the phone? Yes, you can. These are your friends. Everybody becomes your friends. And y'all are here for us. And I appreciate that. So I'm just going to use this big brush and do this. And listen, if it's not perfect, don't worry about a perfect coat because we're going to be chipping it off and it's okay. All right. We're just going to repaint everything white. This is the pure white, which is the marshmallow. Okay. You've got different colors of white that Josie has. So Look at the colors. If you ever get stumped on a color, you can look on her paint chart and you can look at the colors. And if you have a color that you're wondering what it looks like, ask me. I more than likely have it, okay? You see me use, I think I've got every paint. Pretty much every paint. I think I've got them all. Wax. Okay, there we go. All right, let's dry it just a little bit. You can do it completely dry if you want, or you can let it be a little bit wet. Either way. Take a palette knife and do it. I don't want to tear up my palette knives because I'm kind of rough. I'm going to use this little tool here, and y'all see I've used it quite a bit. I think the husband got it. Okay, y'all, and then we're just going to scrape. We're just going to scrape each one. See, just like that. See, I'm scraping it. Leave the bottom just white like it is. And that just looks very vintage, see? Now you got a rainbow of colors. Okay, y'all, let me put that greenery back in. And I'm going to dust this off a minute. It does make a little mess here. All right, we got that. So now we're going to put some little flowers on it. I'm going to dust it off. Let me put our brush in water. And I'm just going to take this little extra brush so I can wash it. I'm just going to get a little bit of that off. We're going to put an arrangement in the middle, but let's go ahead and play with our others. Let's get our little pieces out here. Now, I've got a whole lot of these, y'all. I didn't know which ones we're going to use, so I got them all out, okay? All right. Somebody wanted to see what the little crown looked like last week. Here's one of the little crowns. This is Pixie Doh. It does bend, and these are cute on top of all kinds of things that you do, not just at Christmas time. You know, sometimes you just want a little crown on them. Isn't that cute? So that's a little crown. Here's some little frames that I made as well out of something else that I can use. And these are a bunch of the flowers. Here's another tulip, the roses. All right, here's our, so I'm going to put a couple flowers on, maybe not every side, maybe just a couple of the sides. Let's see. Let's try this side, because this one, some of these didn't do as well. So I'm going to put a little flowers over here, kind of give it a little highlight. So here's a couple of the tulips. I've got a leaf, so we could paint those up. So here's the yellow one. Let's just take, I did see one tulips of, they're different colors, so I'm gonna take a little bit of the pink, and this is cotton candy, which I'm gonna have to order. I forgot to order. I forgot to order. And I'm just gonna take a little old brush here, a little dry brush here. And we're just gonna take it and just dry brush just a little bit of that cotton candy on here. I don't like to use my good brushes for this. I don't want to ruin them because Josie's brushes are good. So I just kind of use, and spend some wood. Let's see how that dressed that up a little bit. Okay, let's paint this one. Okay, let's give this one a paint. Let's just paint this one in the pink. Okay, let's just give that a coat of paint in the pink. And this one is the star brush. I love this one. This one is one of my favorites because I like the square. I like the way it paints. Let's just paint this one up in pink. Just going to paint a few of these to put on there. And see how well this paints easily. This is the first kind of product I tried on molds, and you just have to kind of train yourself, teach yourself. Let's see, do I have that? I think I didn't have the purple. Let's see, I think I've got, no, I do have that out, like fig pudding. I think I've got it right here. Okay, and this is Royal Highness. So I want the figgy pudding, which is a little bit different purple here. This is the figgy pudding. Let's get a little bit of it. Okay. We're just going to use it. We're going to dry brush it on a little bit. Let's get this off on my towel. And this is just a beautiful purple as well. Let's dry that just a little bit. So I hope that y'all are learning some new things. Hey, Tracy's Crafts, how are you? Hey, Laurie. Hey, Brenda. And yes, we are going to say hello to our friends because that makes my day. Say hello to you. Okay. I got to get caught up on watching some videos on some friends too. I try to get caught up. So look how pretty the purple looks on there. Isn't that pretty? I like that. That looks good. See a little bit of pink. I'm going to touch up right there on that edge. I'll just put it with the purple. It'll be fine. We'll let those dry. Let's paint our little leaf that goes with them. I'm not sure how this is go, but we'll make it work. Let's do that. Let's paint it up in I don't know if y'all have seen this new color. This is called Sparkling Pear. Isn't that gorgeous? Now, this took the place of First Frost back when they couldn't get the colors for First Frost. So I'm going to assume that the First Frost is made with spring flowers because they could not get the flowers. So this was a paint that Josie got. Now we can get the other bat, but grab you some because it's First Frost may be a seasonal color because they have to have the products to make it. Okay, that might be what that is. So sometimes some colors have to change. They can't get the things to make it. These are all made from the earth and natural things. So I'm assuming that a lot of these greens are made from green things on, like, you know, maybe moss or leaves or something else that grows in those colors. So you will find that all these paints are made from the earth, so they're safe to use. And especially if you have some allergies, this is the paint for you. Because in metallics, I don't get a headache or have a problem with any of the metallics in this paint. And I'm going to tell you, I have had reactions to some paints because they're so strong. So get something natural to use. And once you use these paints, you will be hooked. I was. So we've got a couple of leaves in this here. We'll use it. Okay. Y'all, some of you may not have seen that color. And some of these are already painted, so we won't need them all. All right, let's get our, make sure these are good and dry. Let's put our tulips on this side, and we can add some other flowers as well. And then if we don't have an, to make some stems, we can just take a paint and make us a little thing. Okay, I'm going to use some Tite Bond to put these on with, maybe just a tad. Now, use Tite Bond to put these on with. You can use just a tad of hot glue, but it's better to use the Tite Bond. And then my brother was good to drive as well. I'm not sure how I'm going to do this, y'all. I think it goes, let me see. No, I think it goes more like that. I'm going to just do it which way I think, and we're going to go with it. How about that? I think it'll go like that. Okay. And let's take We're just going to make a little arrangement here. So let's take a little rose. Let's put our little rose right in here. And we're just going to make it be just whatever we like here. Here's a little bitty orange one. Let's put a little orange rose. We're just going to kind of put a few flowers. Make it a little arrangement on the side. Here's a little green leaf we can use on that. And here's one here we might use. Let's see how this one looks with that. Okay, we'll put that right there. And then we're going to take another little flower. This is just a little yellow. Stick it right in there. I'm just going to put just a few on this side. However you want to do them. However you want to do them. Doesn't have to be perfect or a specific anything. A lot of these are already painted, so I'm kind of using some things I have here that I painted up in different colors. And some of them I've used on other things, and I was able to get them off. Now, sometimes they will tear, but you can heat them up and usually get them to work. Now, that one's a little thicker, so I'm going to put just a tad of hot glue on the edge. That one I poured a little thick. You want to pour them, you want to place them as in your molds as thin as you can. But with the Pixie Dough, sometimes it is a little bit harder to get it in there really thin. So don't think that anything's wrong with it. You can still use them and they work fine. Let me see what else we might have painted up here. We need a butterfly. I think I painted another one. I didn't paint that one. That one's okay. Just it has a lot of yellow, so I'm kind of not going to put that yellow. And I'm going to put, I think that'll work. Okay, and you can, if you want to, if you want to draw them some little stems, let me get my little bitty brush with just a couple of hairs here. This is one of them. She has a lot of liner brushes. This one is a Tipsy. It's called Tipsy. So let's get a little bit of our other green. I thought I left that green paint out. I might have it in my, oh, I have it right here. Okay. And use a little bit of the sour apple. Some of them have a little bit of a, you can smell the flowers, and it's not a bad scent at all. It just kind of is a little flowing flower scent that smells so good. So I'm just going to take and just draw a couple little stems here. Nothing perfect, nothing, just kind of using a little bit of what I learned in some of my toll painting, but not our folk art painting. So it doesn't, we're going to just make it whimsy. It's just going to be whimsy. Accidentally got that one in that pink that I had there. It's all right, we're going to make it work. You know, it's kind of pretty. All right, let's wash that just a minute. Now, this paint also likes water, so if it gets a little dry, just put your little spritz of water. Also, Josie has, it kind of gives you a little misty bath. How about that? And then it'll keep spraying after you release it, so don't be surprised. I had to kind of get used to it. Josie warned me and told me about it. Okay, I'm going to show y'all in just a sec. Let me get a couple of more stems here, just to make it look a little bit. So y'all, that's just, you know, it's just some, nothing fancy, just some little stems, okay? So I'm going to leave that right there in my little garden, and I think we'll paint one of these other butterflies a little different colors. Let's just paint it a color real quick. Let's paint it. I don't want to paint it in a yellow because we've got so many other yellows. Let's do it in we got a pink on, we got a pink, we got that. Let's see, let's do it in one of these blues. Let's do it in a, let's use the Tropical Dreams, if y'all have never seen that color. Isn't that a pretty color? It's another one of the beautiful blues. So this one's brand new. Let's get our brush back. I'm just using some brushes I have, just get the paint out and use them. I'm just gonna get some out here. I think I had another tropical, no, I think I used it all and I had to order one. Look at this color, y'all. This is scrumptious color too. If you love the blues and the ocean colors, you're gonna love all of these tropical colors. Josie goes on these trips to Hawaii and she gets a lot of inspiration there. And so her paints are all named after desserts or drinks. If you're wondering why they have these names. Look how gorgeous. I would love to go to Hawaii. But she has a lot of tropical colors. And a lot of these blues are just so gorgeous all together. Let's do that. Let's paint up the middle a little bit. Oh, I like that color. That's pretty. That is gorgeous, gorgeous. So that's my paint. All right, let's do a little bit of the brown. Let's get a little bit of chocolate souffle here. I think my top's not working right, so I'll just get a little bit of. And sometimes these tops, y'all, don't think there's anything wrong with them. Sometimes these different flip tops get a little dry and you'll find that you have just take you something and clean it out. It is not hard to clean them out. That happens with any kind of paint that's in bottles like that. That'll happen. So don't think anything's wrong with it. It's still fine to use. Okay, and then I'm going to take a little bit of that. Where's that other blue I had? Let's see. Let's grab a little bit of this mojito. See, these tops, sometimes they get a little dry in there. They have to be cleaned. And even though I clean them when I get off, sometimes they still get a little jammed. And I just use just a little pointy tool that I got from the Dollar Tree. And I just go in and keep it away from your face. And just get those ookies out. Now that happens with any kind of paint you have. I don't care what kind it is. You have these little ookies. That's just where it dries. Okay. It's nothing wrong with it. It's still going to work. Don't think it's bad or anything else. Still will work. Now the best thing to do is I just poured that. Take my wipe. Get all that off before you close it. Then close it. And you're going to keep it from doing that so much. I'm bad with the paint of just being in a hurry. So I'm going to slow down and start trying to take better care of it. It will last longer. This paint lasts a while. I use a lot of it though. Okay, so then I just put some lighter blue there on the edge of that. Okay. So that will just dry, that'll give that a little bit of color. I'm going to glue that on. Let's dry it up a little bit. Okay, fixed its neck. But you're going to have that with a lot of the paints, and don't think there's anything wrong with them at all. That is, any paint I have that issue. I never did use that leaf. I might use it somewhere else. So I'm just doing this one side. You can do all sides with these, or you can just do one side that's going to face out. So that's kind of what I was thinking, is I would just do this side. I'm going to put some flowers in there. You like this idea? Hey, Miss Marlene, did I say hey to you? Hey, sweetheart. I appreciate y'all all hanging with us today. Let's see if we can put this. I'm going to have it down here in the corner. It's going to be flying up. I'm going to put a little bit of this on that flower there and give it a little bit more color. I'm going to put this down in the corner like it's flying up. And see, they're hollow on the back. They weren't great molds, but they're okay to use for some things. And you don't have to put it, now these were those thick molds, you know, they're thick, that's for candy, or you can just fill it up halfway. You don't have to fill it up all the way. So that's another little tip for you. Okay. Let's put this right down here in the corner, like it is flying up to our flowers. So there we go. So yours look like this, and it's got the droopies. Take your heat tool, keep it moving. And that heat tool is going to heat that back up and kind of like an iron and fluff that a little bit again. That made that prettier. I might use that now. Let's put it over this way. We need a little height over there. There we go. So you can kind of start wherever you want to. So look how cute. What do y'all think? Give me a heart if y'all like it. Just a little simple, something I already had in my stash that I revamped. Take some of your items, revamp them, repaint them. Nothing like paint. Yes, you can't kill the forsythia, that's for sure, Pat. I had it all the way across the front of the house, and so the ex-husband never liked it. We ended up putting azaleas. Azaleas did not do well. There was too much water coming off our roof. It was just pouring off the roof. There wasn't any gutters up on that edge of the house, and they do not like that much rain. But the forsythias love water, and they did great. Thank you. Thank you for the hearts. Thank you, Deb. I appreciate it. Thank you, Mary. So just something easy, y'all. This was nothing fancy. Take your wax, make you some, you know, chippy method. You can do the chippy method different ways. You can do it with glue. The glue's kind of messy. I feel like the wax is real easy, and you still can chip it and make it a little chippy.